Before I get started, if you're a fan of the NBA, please subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date with the free agency. But if you guys didn't see late last night, the Milwaukee Bucks are making a push. They're trying to keep Giannis. Last night, the Bucks received Drew Holiday from the New Orleans Pelicans. And they traded away Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, and a plethora of picks, which included 3 first rounds. And then, after later that night, the Bucks also traded for Bogdan Bogdanovic, Bogey from the Sacramento Kings, and gave up Dante DiVincenzo, Ersan Ilyasova, and DJ Wilson. I like these moves. It attacks the points to where the Bucks were missing last year. Chris Middleton's a very good player to help Giannis, but the problem was they lacked like isolation type scoring later on with like guard play, and Drew Holiday definitely does that. Drew Holiday is better than Eric Bledsoe pretty much every aspect in the basketball court. Bogdanovic definitely helps on the isolation. He's a great shooter. He can create his own shot. That was a good pickup. The only thing that slightly concerns me is they gave up a lot to get Drew Holiday. So they gave up 5 picks and 3 of them were first round. And then also they lose their depth on their bench. And that's one thing that the Bucks had. Giannis could play 22 minutes in a game and they'd blow a team out by 30, but that might not be the case this time. They might have to go out there and play him more minutes. But this definitely is Milwaukee showing that they really want Giannis, and I think this might be enough. I'm a Heat fan and I was hoping we can get him, but I think this is enough. This could definitely give them the push to win the championship. It just depends if they're able to pick up pieces off their bench, because I know Wesley Matthews, he's a free agent. They got to convince him to come back. They lost George Hill, which sucks because George Hill was able to be like a starter for them in a way. So like that's gonna be another tough one. Bledsoe, you replace him with Drew, that's fine. DiVincenzo, you replace him with Bogdanovic, but you had to give up more to get him. But I think the Bucks they're in a good situation. Fixing the benches shouldn't be too hard. I would probably go, I don't know if they necessarily have a pick, I'm pretty sure it'll swap, so they might have to go get themselves a guard out there in the draft or something like that. I would have to really go and look in, see who they can get there. But it's interesting for the Milwaukee Bucks. They were a great defensive team. Bogey, he's not necessarily known for his defense at all. I'm pretty sure he's probably a bad defender. Drew Holiday, an elite defender, one of the best in our league. So that would improve there. But they with their starting lineup, it looks like they could have the best starting lineup in the NBA, because they would go Drew Holiday at the 1, Bogey at the 2, Chris Middleton at the 3, Giannis at the 4, and Brook Lopez at the 5. And with them doing this trade, it still allows Giannis to space the floor out. It doesn't really change the way the Bucks were playing. Drew Holiday, that's a great piece. Now Drew Holiday hasn't played point guard since pretty much his days in Philly, or in the beginning of the New Orleans Pelican days, or Hornets, whatever it was. So I know you just don't lose basketball IQ, but he's gonna have to adjust to being on the ball a lot more. But they should be fine. Giannis also has the ball in his hands a lot, but this definitely it creates a scary sight. You see, you got the Brooklyn Nets over there trying to make a super team, but they make that team playing this Bucks team. Drew Holiday can go and try to put a hand on Kyrie. Chris Middleton, he could try to put one on Harden if that trade possibly happens. And then you'd have to have Giannis. He'd have to do what people have been saying he hasn't been able to do. He'd have to pick up the assignment of guarding the best player. When Jimmy Butler was torching them in the bubble in the playoffs, Giannis was not picking him up. They had Wesley Matthews on him, and that was a big knock on Giannis. But I definitely think this could be a year that they can go to the finals finally, because I think Drew Holiday, you could put the ball in Drew Holiday's hands late in the game to help Chris Middleton, because towards the end of the game, Giannis becomes a rim runner. He's diving off of screens and rolls, which isn't bad, but it's like, it shows that Giannis is a little bit more of a 5 than a wing. But we're just gonna have to wait and see what goes on. If you guys, like I said in the beginning, if you guys want to keep up to date in the free agency, I'm gonna be dropping videos more and more. I've heard reports that there's a possible trade happening later with an agreement with the Nets, but we'll just have to wait and see. But if you guys are a fan of the NBA, Just go ahead and like and subscribe, and then comment what you guys think is gonna happen. Till then, I'll catch y'all.